All right, let's take a look at another good source for this project. Again, I'm going to go to my library resources page, and then we're going to go to the Britannica School is what you're looking for. We also have the Britannica Moderna, so you can look at that if you would prefer. I'm going to demo in this one. So you'll click on that to log in. You want to choose the high school level, our high school. And then once you open that, you'll see it looks similar to a lot of the other databases that you might be using, where you have articles, images, videos, biographies. They have a main page with some possible featured content, and then just some facts, a little quote. So again, I know what I'm searching for, so I'm just going to go to that search box, and I'm going to type in Upton Sinclair. I already did a search there, so I'm going to go ahead and look at their results. So a few features of this database that I like to point out and that are kind of useful. First of all, a lot of the articles are offered in different reading levels. So when you see this here, that 1, 2, and 3, it doesn't mean first, second, or third grade level. It just means 3 is the highest level of vocabulary and content, and 1 would be a little bit lower. If you want to read something that's maybe shorter, has vocabulary that's more accessible for you, you can take a look at that. Otherwise, these levels, obviously you have a middle level and then the highest level. And then they also break down your results by type, so articles, images, videos, and more. I have a couple of different options here related to Upton Sinclair. I'm going to take a look at this one first. I do know about his book, and he also had something to do with the Meat Inspection Act becoming a thing, and so I might look at that later, but I'll look at this article first. And again, just some features that I'd like to point out. This one only has 2 reading levels, so I can choose either one. I can start with the article. I can take a look at the images and videos that are connected to that, which is also on the main page. And any related articles, which I really like. So again, when a database gives you options for related articles, it's always a good idea to take a look at what they offer. And so I might look to see if there are any related articles helpful. So here it gives me a definition of a muckraker, which is something that might be useful. And then any other related topics. So I'm going to go back to my article, and then some other features that you might recognize that are similar to others you've seen. So you can send this article to yourself, which I always recommend doing. You can get the citation, print it, which we don't do a lot, get a translation or have it read to you, and then you can also change the font size larger or smaller if you need that as well. And then for the citation, it's often included at the bottom, but if it's not, you can use the citation link up at the top here. Anything that is in blue in this database is a link to another article that can give you more information about that particular item. So newspapers, cartoonists, things like that. If you just need a definition of a word, you can double click on any word in this database and it will give you that definition. You can click on this for even more information and it will give you a translation. So in Espanol, if you need that. And so that's something to just keep in mind. You can see those. And again, if you're reading through and you're just not sure what some of these words are, you can double click on them in order to get that information. But like I said, these will take you to additional articles that might be related to your person. And so you can always take that link. Otherwise, you can go back to your original page. So again, if I think I'm going to use this article, it looks like it's a good one. It has a lot of good information. I'm going to click on this citation button. And then for this one, it does not give me the option to send it to Noodle Tools. So I am going to, I have the correct format. I'm going to copy and paste it. So I use Control C and Control V. I'm going to go to my Noodle Tools sources. And so if this is something you haven't done before, this will be good for you. I'm going to click on New Source. I'm using a database. And then I am using an article within a database. So, and I didn't look carefully at that, but I think, let's just see which one is best. I'm just going to use original content because that's a good generic one to use. And then I'll click on this copy and paste citation option here. And I'm going to put it right here in this box. So I just Control V, I put that in there. And then if there's any other information I need to add, I will do that. Otherwise, I just click on save, and it's going to add that into my list of resources. So you can see here, I have now my 3 sources that I found, and I can just keep going. So another good source, this one I would say it has probably the most basic information compared to the other databases that you could choose. But again, it's not a bad spot to start, especially if you don't really know that much about your topic. And so this might be a place for you to begin your research. Good luck.